Okay, giving honor to the Spirit of Christ, which is the head of my life. I won't say the head of the church because let me tell y'all something. I'm watching more and more parts of Christianity be ripped apart. And I don't know what I'm going to name this post, but I want y'all to understand. There are people who are out here doing things and they saying it's in the name of God when they shouldn't be doing it. I'm sitting up here watching documentary after documentary after documentary, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, Netflix, Hulu. I'm sorry. These documentaries are coming out left and right about Christianity. And I want to talk about y'all. I want to talk about them false prophets. Just because they didn't murder you physically, they're murdering you spiritually. Because they're enforcing their doctrine on you and making it say in the name of God. I cannot stand by and be a human and who honors the love of God, whether it be Allah, Buddha. You get mad at me. Don't kill the messenger. Because all now pastors wearing hats in church. Not the women wearing hats, the pastors wearing hats. Now, from a church that I grew up in, a man ain't supposed to wear a hat. And I posted something on my Facebook page who astounds that information. Scripturally, how it's not suited for us. Stop trying in this hour to profess God with pedophilia and murder and mass suicide. No. Y'all always think about a cult as being someone who is out of their mind, who don't have a clue, and don't went down the rabbit hole. Well, how about these people that's in these churches that you go to, who want you to worship them like an idol god? I don't claim to profess nothing but the love of God. But I'm going to tell y'all something. I was part of a church that I really saw a cult spirit in. And the mind wouldn't sit right. Because people were no longer taking God as an image, but taking that person as an image. Is you crazy? I'm not taking no person's interest as my God. I'm sorry. Mix me with the church people. The Bible speaks of the people who are going to be false prophets. I believe in false prophets. Take all of the Netflix and Hulu and Facebook and the list goes on and on about social media as to who these people are and why you following them. I can tell you myself, I've been admittedly wrong because I praise the man who is crooked and doing it in the name of God. I'm sorry, y'all. If you doing it in the name of God, it should add no sorrow. So if you get locked up, cussed out, talked about, picked on, picked out, it's not because you sitting up here going with the mask. It's because you refute that information in your heart. I'm going to refute. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a gangster when it comes to Christ. And if it's not Christ-like, I'm not doing it. Yeah, my husband was sitting here and we was talking about how people do the things that they do for me. And they want to justify it in the name of God. You don't have to give me $1. You don't have to give me a dime. You don't have to give me nothing. Because you want to know why? If I believe in the true spirit of God and he supplies all my needs, I ain't lacking for nothing. So if that car get repoed or my lights get cut off, it's because I did not take the information that I need to take and use that information for the benefit of my good. Am I selfish? Heck yeah. I'm selfish with God. I am very selfish with God. But I won't have a cult. I don't need a cult following. I don't need people to follow me. I don't need your ideology forced on me in my brain, in my mind, and you want me to consume it and believe it. I'm not that person. I'm wild at heart. Wild. There is no wild animal you can contain. Do you know that people who are wild have their own ideology and their practices, and they try to get you to agree to it. How about we say no? No to these pastors who want $1 million. No to these pastors who are claiming things in the name of God and wanting accolades and conversation and a platform. I don't care about a mega church. Y'all so hung up on the mega church. I'm not hung up on the mega church no more, because even those small church fronts have demons in them. It's a demonic spirit that's running around in Christ. And y'all choose to believe what these black men, white men, Hispanic women, white women, all of these women. I could say a list of people who everybody done cast out. I give you an example. Paula White. Y'all done threw Paula White underneath the bus, underneath the chair, underneath everything. But she came from, and mark me if I'm wrong, one of these powerful ministries who allowed her and Juanita Bynum, who another person y'all want to kick on and throw out, and she ain't no God, and she talking all this, and she claiming about how you shouldn't dress this way, look this way, act this way, this, that, other. How you claim garments is holiness. I'm going to tell y'all. I cover my head because I'm protecting my crown. Where did I get that from? My belief system. I think my beauty is going to be reserved for someone like my husband, who I appreciate, love, and honor. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't give a fuck what he did in his past. If I truly hold God, then I have to have forgiveness. Now, will he do me wrong? That's my decision. But why he doing me wrong? What I do with it? Do I do anger for anger? Do I do hate for hate? Because I'm watching documentaries over and over about Christianity and how y'all want to go to Ghana. God is already in Ghana. He already there. Don't get mad at African people for establishing that God is in Africa. Where he not at, y'all need to find out and go. So all y'all pastors talking about, I'm doing missionary and I'm doing mission, and yes, I'm using the fake quotations. Missionary work. So you're going across the world, even those lands that are not for God, and you putting them out there. And where you putting them out there and you saying, oh, we on a mission for Christ. We trying to get the world, the Indian world, to understand that God is not going to come until everyone has heard the name of God. I tell y'all all the time, when you are a devout Christian, does not matter if I got an earring in my nose, if I got a tongue ring in my mouth, if I'm wearing jewelry around my neck or getting my ears pierced or walking around with tattoos, and I'm doing all of this. But suppose my religious belief believes in tribal markings. So my tribal markings shouldn't send me to hell. My speech shouldn't send me to hell. My thought process shouldn't send me to hell. But y'all pastors around here, y'all got such a hard-on, a literal hard-on for what your thoughts and your beliefs are godlike. I'm not following y'all. Get somebody else to do it. I don't care what nobody say. Me and my husband, we love life and we are happy in our bubble. And I thank God for the bubble. Is it hardship? Yes. Is it suffering? Yes. Is it love? That's what you need to understand. Because the Bible teaches out of all these things, we need to love one another. But can you truly love one another without loving self? I'm not projecting no more. I was wrong to project spirituality and honor a church who was out of line. Not because they out of line, because they on YouTube preaching the same ministry, the same crap over and over and over and over and over again. You want to know why people don't receive scripture or ideology that you seem to think is factual? It's because it's a lot of holes in what you believe in. I'm going to give y'all a prime example, and I'm talking about me. If I am the church and my body is a temple and I choose to smoke, drink, alcohol, do whatever I want to do, and I'm not in death, I'm not on the verge of having cirrhosis of the liver or cancer. Y'all want to talk about cancer? Cancer can suck balls from the back when it comes to me. And no church religion can tell me that cancer is made by God. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not. It's a mass production of disbelief. But the people who die of cancer, and I love to thank Mother Gracie. This lady was a true woman of God to me. And so was my grandmama. But y'all know what y'all say about my grandma? She was mean. She was mean-spirited. But she had a belief system that if you come against her God, she was going to knuck if you buck on her behalf. I love my grandma, Odyssey Harris. I love her. God bless her soul. When I tell you she was knuck if you buck about Jesus, she was knuck if you buck about Jesus. Because she was willing to tussle with you. She was willing to quote her scriptures. She was willing to go in her belief system and tell y'all what thus said the Lord. But if y'all ever wonder why us prophets, I'm going to include myself, tell y'all stuff that y'all pastor won't make sense of. They call themselves apostles, but they have so much hate in their heart for other religious beliefs. But if I can embrace Buddhism and Hinduism and all of this because people are using that information as a spiritual guideline, then who am I to come against them about what their spiritual belief is? Because my spiritual belief, I don't think I'm mixed for the church no more, because my spiritual belief is that God is in me. He protects my life. He watch over me. He protects me from harm, hurt, harm, and danger. And if I should die, let my soul be right. Let me love people. Let my mother understand that although I'm here on earth, nobody knows what God has for me on the other side. The Bible scripturally says that the dead don't know what the living doing. If I'm the church, I'm the temple, I am my own vessel, then why my church can't have my own belief system? Why I got to follow your belief system? Because you read the Bible and that make you the sound mind? I'm sorry, you're not the sound mind when it comes to religion. And I love the people of God. I'm sorry, I love them. But some of them, they're not doing right. They're not doing right. But because we're so culturally about spiritual warfare and spiritual beliefs, and I can admit to y'all, some of my YouTube videos, I should go back and delete them. Because I don't want that shame on my life. But then again, I gotta keep it real. I'm not deleting nothing. Because I want y'all to see that yes, I make mistakes. Yes, I am wrong. No, I should be honoring somebody who don't honor God, who is abusive to his wife, or who is mean to his flock, who wants you to believe everything of his vision is correct. How about God gave me a personal vision? And my personal vision doesn't align up with your ministry. But you want me to be in your ministry. So when I call you out, you get mad. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at God. Because I'm going to front you like you front me. And I ain't scared of no man. Me and my husband was talking, and a situation happened to me, and my husband said, if I wouldn't have been there, Yolanda, that wouldn't have happened. And I said, but it's God that you wasn't there. Because I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you how true to my heart, God would have to forgive me for beating the brakes off of these pastors who want to conform us and take our money and tell us it's in the will of God. But you want to fly out, you want to do this, you want to have this, and now people are refuting tithe. So no longer the church getting my money based on what God say. Because God say give 10%. Have you robbed me in tithes and offering? So why y'all only preaching tithe? If I don't pay my tithes, I'm going to hell. But I ain't paying my offering, I'm going to hell too. Well, how about I don't pay neither one of them and y'all miss me in hell? Because I got to eat. I got to live. I got to breathe. I got to see myself to the end. I'm going to tell you, some of these churches, and me and my husband was talking about March 31st in Chicago. It is one of the days that the county, state, whatever, decides that this is no longer acceptable in Chicago for you to not pay your rent, not pay your lights, not pay your gas. And then when the wintertime comes and it's over with, they cutting off your lights because you ain't paid them. They cutting off your rent because you ain't paid it. But you so faithful to the tithe people. You so faithful to your church. Can you go to that church and ask for a place to stay on that pastor's couch? Can you ask the pastor for rent money? Now, it's some of these churches that I done been a witness to, and I tell you about my mother. She could go to her pastor and tell him, I'm having a difficult time with rent, lights, phone, whatever, children's clothes, and they will be like, we might not have it in the church, but I can call one of the members who I know got a credit card, and we will let you link up with them, and if they say it's okay, you can buy the kids clothes. But if not, and she say no, then we will see if one of the deacons or elders of the church has enough money to spare for you, and we all come collectively to help you pay your rent. People say, you want meat in a storehouse? Well, suppose my meat is gone out my freezer or gone out my heart. Are you there to give me meat, or are you there to tell me to pray about it? I done prayed about it and my lights still getting cut off. I done prayed about it and I'm still getting evicted. We living in a sad world, y'all. If you don't get nothing out of anything I say, and I tell you I do it always, I don't ask for likes, shares, and subscribe. I don't ask for donations because I want to be the type of person who says to herself, if you don't give me a dollar or a dime, I'm still going to tell y'all, some people out in this world are doing things wrong in the name of God. And I pray that y'all don't foul pray to these pastors and preachers and apostles and all this. They want to get mad talking about, oh, I would never get under the $100 line. You ain't got to get under there. You ain't got to line up for the $100 blessing. You ain't got to do that because the pastors are preaching that shit. Excuse me. The wrongness in the church. Oh, you want a blessing? I'm out here blessing people. All you have to do is give a donation. Now, when I don't give a donation, do that mean I'm going to hell because I didn't support you? I'm not going to hell. If I'm going to hell, I'm going to hell with gasoline draws on. And if nobody knows what hell is like and nobody can tell you what hell is, who are they to tell me that I'm going? Me and my husband was laughing because I was telling him I'm finna bust hell wide open because the stuff I'm going to say to y'all ain't going to be comfortable. But I don't care. Send me to hell. Because if I meet you there, that lets me know you in hell too. We in hell together. And people's like, oh, hell, and oh my God, I can't be Revelation because it's so sickening. Baby, I'm going to tell y'all, I've been preached Revelation all my life. All of it. All of it. As a little child to an adult to me now, listen to the church that I grew up under. They'll never talk about the day that God appears because they say no man knows the hour when God would appear. So all these cult people talking about God coming in 2012. He coming in 2000. He coming in 2030. He coming in this age, that age. Get a clue. If a Buddhist goes to hell, does that make his belief wrong? Because the pastor's going to hell too. For over here compensating what thus said the Lord. Talking about, I love it when the pastor be talking about, I had a dream last night and God revealed to me that we need to have open dialogue. Are you truly ready for open dialogue? Because it's going to put you on the scope. I'm ready for open dialogue. You can talk about me. Me and my husband was laughing about how both my children think I'm crazy. Do I take crazy medicine? Absolutely. But am I crazy? Heck no. Heck no. Because I'm not going to let you lead me someplace I don't want to go. If I don't want to go to your church, don't get mad at me because I don't want to go. because the message that you're preaching to people, you're not living. If you have to force yourself on somebody, that's rape. Whether it be your wife, your girlfriend, or anything. Anytime someone says no and you get mad, that's subjectively based on you and your thoughts and what people should do. People have their own mind, their own body, their own spirit. And whatever that spirit aligns with, that's what makes them comfortable. I don't care if you read cards. I don't care if you have the tools that go left and right. I don't care. Because I don't believe in organized religion. I'm telling y'all, I don't believe in organized religion. I am a firm believer. I do not conduct organized religion. And what that means is that your belief system is not going to put me in hell or heaven. Because the Bible says, no man knows the hour that I will appear. And he said, the just will be dealt with. And the unjust will be dealt with too. So whether you just or unjust ain't mine. I'm not God. I can't tell you what's just and unjust because I don't know. But I know taking advantage of people is not one. Manifesting something that's not beneficial to you is something. And I tell people, I'm a fanatic for Christ. I am. But I'm not following down a Kool-Aid. Miss me with the Kool-Aid, because we all ain't drinking the Kool-Aid. I ain't drinking the Kool-Aid. Church of God in Christ, I'm not drinking your Kool-Aid. Apostolic, I'm not drinking your Kool-Aid. Evangelism, I'm not going into your Kool-Aid. Buddhism, I'm not going into your Kool-Aid. Atheism, I'm not going into your Kool-Aid. I'm not going into none of y'all Kool-Aid. Miss me with the Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid means that you are the type of person that somebody can mix, add sugar, make it sweet to you, and you drink it, and you feel like, this is so good. People wonder why. People say, oh, I don't drink alcohol. That's a sin. I don't smoke weed. That's a sin. I don't do this. That's a sin. But you take your Oxycontin every time you're in pain. You take your Percocets because you feel like your doctor gave them to you. You don't want to holistically cure yourself, but you want to holistically kill yourself. People talk about vegans all the time. Oh, vegan life is the best life. Well, how come you looking sick and dead? I'm not coming against the vegans, because if that's your perception of life, by all means do it. But me and my house, we have a different process. We believe in God in a different way. And we don't care what y'all think about me. I don't care what you think about me. Because last I checked, you ain't got no heaven or hell to put me in. And I'm not going there with you. But if you want to go there with me, I'm going to knuck if you buck. Because if you come against me in my belief system, I'm coming against you in your belief system. So you can tackle me. Please come. Tackle me. And I'm going to tell you, I'm wrong. You made a suggestion. I apologize. And I'm going to do better. But at the end of the day, if I don't want to do better, guess what I'm not going to do? Better based on you. Send me to hell. Give me fire and brimstones as you send me to hell. But if someone comes to me and they need something, I have the ability to give you, but I'm not giving you my all. I'm not giving nobody my all, except for the belief system that I believe in, which is charity, love, and compassion. Charity, love, and compassion. I'm going to break it down. Charity is me having a conversation with you and listening to your ideology. I'm going to listen, because that's charity, and charity begins at home. So if I'm a human, I'm at home, I'm watching something and I'm at home, or I'm listening to something and I'm at home, because these are receptors. So is these, so is this, and so is this. All of it. I can receive information by conversation. I can smell certain situations that I don't want to be placed in. I can see what I don't want to be involved with. And I can hear what you're saying. And that doesn't mean it's going to go into my head and stick there. Y'all stop glorifying what you don't know. Stop. And y'all calling a man an apostle, you calling him a prophet, call him a preacher, you call him a teacher. Do you know you have that same spirit that lies in you? You could be an apostle. You can be a preacher. You can be a teacher. You can be anointed. You can be appointed. You can be about God. You can be about life. You can be about health. You can be about wellness. You can be about everything that in lines. I watched a documentary about steroids. It was so sad to me because I actually watched somebody tell you that they're going to inject something in your body and it's supposed to make it bigger. A cheaper way or a quicker way to get a result. That's witchcraft. If you need something to get you a quicker result and you willing to do this ritual to get it, that's witchcraft. I'm sorry. So if y'all fasting because you want God to move something, make it a personal fast and you ain't got to never mention it to nobody. I found out in my head what the forbidden fruit is. It's fame. You want to be notified. You want to have millions based on who you know and what you know. How about I'm a dummy with a master's degree, but I'm a dummy. And I'm okay with that because I don't know everything and I'm dumb to a whole bunch of stuff. And that's my mission of me being human. But I'm wild. Don't trust me. Please don't. Because I'm wild. I haven't been tamed by anyone and I'm roaming free. You wonder why the animals have such a distinctive about being feral? I'd be a feral cat and a feral human all day. Which that means I was born in the wild. You can bring me in your house, but if it's in me, it's going to come out of me, regardless of what you try to calm me down. I'm telling y'all, if y'all want to donate to me and I got a cash app, I'm going to use my donation because I want to support the cat. And my cat costs $4,000. But do y'all think I'm not going to get it? Or y'all think I don't care to have it? Because none of y'all dollars sent to me or cared for me or took care of me in my time of need. Don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. If you a whoremonger, you still going to be a whoremonger. If you peddling in God's churches for these, praying on these women and these men of God who are faithful to God and they giving you all their money and they get rent free and they can come to your house and sleep on the couch, I got a problem with that. Because if they tied your church, it's supposed to be meat in the storehouse. So if your bank account at churches is at a negative because they don't feel you deserve money, you put in it. Or you can't get nothing out of it. There's no bank in the world that you can deposit and you can't withdraw. Stop depositing into these churches and withdraw yourself from these people because your return is going to be positive. I wish y'all wealth, health, and prosperity. Don't take my word as Bible because God knows. We got so many Bibles out here. The Amplified, the this, that, this, that, this, that. And then somebody else's interpretation of what that scripture means at that time. So if I read my Bible and they tell me stop tithing to this church and I start tithing to this church and I don't tithe at all and I don't belong to no affiliation, then guess what? You ain't charged me with nothing. Nothing. You can't charge me with nothing. Because scripturally, you wearing a hat in church ain't right. You walking around with a hat on your head ain't right. But I cover my head wherever I go. I don't want people to see the beauty in me. I don't want people to see nothing about me. Me and my husband laugh about how I'm an oxymoron. Because I can have on stilettos and prettiest boots. But I got on a dress with tights under it. I got my hair wrapped like I'm Arab or part of a Middle Eastern culture. I walk around someday, I'll put a bindi on my head because my third eye is open. Call me witchcraft. Call me what you want to. But how about y'all call yourselves witchcraft for on the first you went all white and now you taking the Lord's bread and you drinking the Lord's blood. But you get mad because people use red wine instead of grape juice. And they actually are using unleavened bread. But because y'all so hell-bent on it, y'all will let the pastor give y'all some crackers. Unleavened bread. That means bread without yeast. Any bread without yeast is considered what? What is it considered? Is it considered righteous? No. Is it considered? I eat crackers every day, so all I gotta do is eat a cracker and drink some grape juice, and that's my ritual every day, and I'm absolved, or my atonement has been paid. Jesus died on the cross for my atonement. So if I don't give to your church, I ain't going to hell, because he paid it all. And if your church can run without a single giving of another person, or a demand about other people, because I love when the pastor jump out there and say, oh, the church is missing your tithes and offerings. Well, you own this church, sir. Your name is on here on the 501c3. So if you can't run that business under no profit, then you shouldn't get mad. Because there's no way in the world that you buying your pastor a jet and you losing your house. Make it make sense to me. Like I said, I wish y'all wealth, health, and prosperity. I don't care if you listen to it. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think. It don't matter to me. I'm just putting information out there. Stop letting these people dictate to you your future. Stop letting them dictate to you what your religious belief is. Stop letting people dictate to you and tell you they're an apostle. So they set the church. So if you set the church, you should have money for that same church that you setting up. The donation of the people that's in there shouldn't be your main focus. Because I be doggone it. I be damn if I sit up here and tell y'all these churches that are going on now are right. Ain't no church right. Ain't no human right. Because we all fall short. We all miss the mark at some point in time. Me being an example. I missed the mark 100 times over. But I'm still trying to make it. And I'm still trying to be subjectively open, not closed-minded to the things that don't make sense. Because I questioned God the other day. Because my husband is dying. And I know he's 61 years old. But that information to me is hard. Because he has been the love of my life forever. And I'm sorry. Call me what you want. Whitewash. Call me henpecked. Call me slow. Call me whatever you want to call me. Because at the end of the day, if I don't answer to it, it don't make your point valid. I realize people can hear you and you can say, Jesus, 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 Jesus. That's a cult. That's a calling. You are calling spiritual awakeness by saying the word Jesus 7 times in a row. And that is so prevalent to you that your spiritual connection aligns with you. And they say you begin to speak another language. I had the flow crying when one of the comedians said to me, and I'm not going to tell you who the comedian was and how personally I know people. But they said to me, say, listen, is Sheila got a Honda speaking in tongues? Because I can understand what the person is saying. Sheila got a Honda. Sheila got a Honda. Sheila got a Honda. Do Sheila got a Honda? That's what you've been saying. E. coli. Ba, 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 ba. And I'm not making a mockery of speaking in tongues because I speak in tongues fluently. But that doesn't mean everything that's there. And the Bible talk about speaking in tongues. If there's somebody that's speaking in tongues and you don't understand it, then somebody should be there to interpret what you're saying. But if your pastor ain't never speak in tongues, that don't mean nothing, child. That just means that his elevated mind hasn't got to a point where he can say stuff that don't make sense. But they doing it all the day. They saying stuff that don't make sense. And I'm so sorry that y'all can hear this out of my mouth. And anyone that listens to my voice can leave a comment telling me I'm wrong, I'm going to hell, this and other. Because your opinion of me never mattered. It ain't going to matter today, and it sure enough ain't going to matter tomorrow. Have a blessed day.